Hi everyone, my name is JOAN, a 16-year-old pupil at Methodist Sitiawan. Literature has always been my passion. Recently, I came across a novel titled Pride and Prejudice, a romance novel authored by Jane Austen. This book was published in 2002 by WILCO Publishing House that has 370 pages. I would like to introduce you to this book that effortlessly engrossed me with its plot. It brought me through an emotional roller coaster. This book is suitable for adolescents, especially those who are into romance. In the beginning, we were told that Mr. Bennet's property is entailed and can only be passed to a male heir, but his wife and his 5 daughters lack inheritance. Upon realizing this, Mrs. Bennet wants her daughter to marry a rich gentleman in order to escape impoverishment. It all begins when Mrs. Bennet attempts to persuade her husband to pay Mr. Bingley, a rich bachelor who recently arrived in the neighborhood, a visit. The visit is followed by an invitation to a ball. We are now introduced to Mr. Bingley and his best friend, Mr. Darcy. Great interest toward James, the elder sister among the 5 daughters, is taken immediately by Mr. Bingley. Unfortunately, the encounters between Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy is less cordial, as he is reputed to be aloof and haughty. Soon, Mr. Collins, a pompous clergyman, arrives, hoping to marry one of the Bennet sisters, but Elizabeth refused him. Subsequently, Elizabeth encounters a charming military officer, George Wickham, who badmouthed Mr. Darcy. After Bingley's abrupt departure to London, Elizabeth's dislike of Darcy grew stronger, as she became convinced that Mr. Darcy discouraging Bingley's relationship with Jane. However, Mr. Darcy grew fond of Elizabeth. He professes his love for her and proposes. Elizabeth refuses his proposal and accuses him of breaking up Jane and Bingley. Mr. Darcy writes Elizabeth letters, which clear up every misunderstanding that Elizabeth has. At the encouragement of Darcy, Mr. Bingley returns and is engaged with Jane. This time, Mr. Darcy proposed again to Elizabeth, who this time accepts. The vocabulary of the story is difficult, but I still try to learn from it. Although the story is long, it will still attract my motivation to finish reading. The love taught me valuable lessons, namely, the importance of marrying to love rather than money and social prestige. Some marriage can be fruitful, but some not so much. Nowadays, divorce cases increase. By reading this novel, lovers' view of love can be changed in order to reduce divorce cases. I also learned not to make hasty judgments. As the saying goes, don't judge the book by its cover. From the novel, readers get to know what was love and marriage in the late 19th century by reading an interesting novel rather than reading dull history books. I would strongly recommend all of you to read this book. What are you waiting for? Let's get your hands on this book. You will find it riveting. Thank you.